Yeah, I've had the great fortune to be a part of it when they were young. Stewie's first time when she was in college, and Asia when she was young and establishing herself. And it is incredible. And I just said this to Asia the other day. It is incredible how much those two, number one, have improved every year, have added something. It's incredible, the levels that they both play at. But more importantly, and importantly for this team, the leaders that they've become. I think the learning experiences at a younger age, right? And now the torch gets passed. There's no longer a Sue Bird, somebody like that, that there's a space there. And both of those players are, I think, prepared to embrace that. And that'll be important for our team success.
Coach, next question to your right, third row.
Hey, Cheryl, similar question. A lot of the talk this weekend's been about Diana. The organization has kind of seen this as somewhat of a tribute to her this weekend. You've competed against her, been alongside her for a while now in the Team USA environment. What do you think of when you just consider kind of the legacy or the impact that she's been able to have on the sport all those years?
One of the greatest competitors that the league or women's basketball has ever seen, or sports have ever seen. One of the all-time greatest competitors. It's a player that we have loved to hate as an opponent. But that means you are really, really doing something great. And, it's been a thrill for me to be around her all these years in this capacity. And I'm thrilled to have a chance to be a head coach and Coach D at this level. So it's a great honor for me.
Hey, Coach, next question all the way in the back on the left.
Hi, Cheryl. Another question about Diana. Obviously going to her 6th Olympics, she's played a lot of international ball, been on the team a lot. Where have you seen big and small her impact because of her experience on the squad?
Well, I mean, you said it. There's no substitute for that level of experience. She's done it all in big games, won us big games, makes big shots. Her level of compete, her understanding of the game, what should happen, her understanding of her teammates, how to put them in position to be successful. All those things are tremendously, tremendously valuable. And, obviously 6 Olympics is really an incredible accomplishment.
Coach, next question to your right on the 4th row.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Terry.
You've long talked about the star power on your own team in the form of your co-captains in Fee and K-Mac. Now on the cusp of getting to coach in this all-star game with Fee on one side, K-Mac on the other. How prideful are you in just having that kind of links representation? And also, has game planning to try and defend K-Mac tonight given you any empathy for your coaching counterparts across the league who have to do that every night?
Well, of course, I'm super proud. I do have a USA basketball polo on today. So I full on have shifted, incredibly proud of that Fee is on this journey with us. And I've had a chance to have K-Mac a part of this in the pool play. So that was really fun. And now going against K-Mac, we're hopeful that she plays well. We're going to, treat her just like everybody else, right, that we're playing against. We want to play great. USA basketball wants to play great. If K-Mac happens to do well, we'll be happy for her.
Coach, next question to your left in the 4th row.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Doug.
How do you approach tonight from the coaching standpoint? I'm obviously winning, but like trying different lineups out, getting ready for what's more important in the next couple of weeks. How are you approaching tonight's game?
This will be one of the single hardest things to concentrate on is actually coaching the team because of what's happening. It is one of the greatest spectacles, I think, in the history of our league, this game today. And so it's really exciting. And so I'm going to do my very, very best to block out all of that and all the wonderful storylines that are going to come from this. I'm going to miss a lot that's going to happen today because I want to be so locked in on what we're trying to get done with USA basketball. And we are looking for an understanding of how we want to play. We are looking for lineups. We are looking for, coaches understanding players and how to bring out the best in them. So we're trying to accomplish a lot today in all the hoopla that's going to be happening.
Coach, third row to your right.
Cheryl, when you say this is like the biggest spectacle in the sport and its history, I mean, given your history in the sport, what exactly do you mean by that? Is it the combination of just the attention, the stars playing in this game? Can you share?
I think it's a combination of things. I think where the league is today, the attention it's getting, the players that are going to be on the court, the excitement that exists for not only for the national team, but for some of the players on the All-Star team, the W representing the W. I think all of that sort of, converging at once I think makes it incredibly exciting. And I have to give Phoenix credit, and I probably should have started in saying that Phoenix has done an incredible job with this All-Star game. And so hat off to Matt Ishbia and the way that he values the WNBA. That is on full display. And so owners that are here or key stakeholders that are here, you can see what's possible when you do it the right way. And so I think all of that being on display, I told our players, I'm always so impressed the things that they have done this weekend, for their own brands, so to speak. There is a lot that has happened here. That if I go back to my first season in 2001, that I know it was possible, but I didn't know if I'd still be coaching when it happened. And so I am thrilled that I get a chance to have a great seat to, I think, probably the greatest spectacle in our league's history.
Coach, next question to your left in the third row.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
So obviously you all have a lot of talent on this roster. I was curious, what is the toughest part in terms of making it all come together? And what are some of like the advantages that you're looking to be able to create and just making it all come together on the offensive end as well as defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think the challenge certainly is, the runway to competitive play, right? And so this game actually being a really important step in our process, having one more friendly over in London and then beginning pool play. And this is the first time that we've had this group. The team was just announced, the final roster. And so we're not quite sure exactly what we have yet, but we have to get to it quickly. The advantages that we have, or the advantage that we have, the largest one is our depth, the depth of talent. And so I am sure we want to use our depth. And so playing time, we're going to be able to be deep and play everybody. That's hard to do in 40 minutes with 12 players, but we are going to utilize our depth and trying to figure out best combinations, trying to figure out what we're trying to accomplish defensively, who pairs well together. That has to happen very quickly.
All right, we have time for just a couple more. I want to get to Zoom and we go to Minneapolis. Chris, go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Cheryl, just sort of following up what you said in those last few, how do you characterize the level of competition you expect to see tonight? I mean, this is not going to be a standard all-star game for people who tune in tonight, is it?
No, first of all, hello, Chris. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. This is such a great game for USA basketball because of the level of competition. And we are going to experience adversity in this game. And I think just like the Belgium game, I don't think you can reach your greatest heights without experiencing adversity. You have to go through that first. So that this game, I think, is going to give us that because the level of talent that exists on both teams.
Last question, Coach, second row center.
Hi there.
Cheryl, Barry Bloom from Sportico. How are you?
Good, Barry.
Good. As you've gone through all the tumult and everything and the media exposure, is there any second guessing here about not having Clark on the Olympic team?
From me? No.
I mean, no player deserves it more than Dee. Everything that she does for each and every single one of us on this team, staff, how she treats everybody coming in and out of this gym. I mean, it's just a testament to her and, everything that she is. Just trying to take it in, though. Just trying to take it in and enjoy this time that I got with her, especially wearing this USA jersey.
Also in the back of the room.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great.
What does it mean to you guys to have a double whammy this year representing Team USA and the host city for the WNBA All-Star Game?
I mean, it's an honor to have the All-Star Game here, to have the Olympic team here. The best players in the world in Phoenix. And we know how much the city loves basketball. The X Factor always shows up and, basketball runs in the culture here in Phoenix. And, BG and I are just super honored, super proud that everyone's here. And hopefully we put on a good show for everyone. Everyone had a great weekend. You felt the energy in the city, and that's always a great feeling.
Next question, third row center. Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Metcalf. Brittany, I wonder if you can share a few more details on the birth of your son. And Diana, I'm wondering if you've given her any parenting advice yet.
He's doing great. He's doing really good. He's surrounded by, all our family that's in town. It's kind of like perfect timing and everything, just having everybody here. it's gonna suck leaving him right now, but he'll understand a little bit later on. He'll definitely grow up in a sports house. So
BG doesn't need any advice. She's the kindest, warm-hearted, gentle, caring person I've ever been around. And I think that's why you see the love and admiration for her everywhere she goes, because that's who she is. Aside from being the best post player in the world and the most dominant player in our league, she's the best teammate and the best friend that you can have.
Next question, all the way to the right side of the room, third row.
All right, Deon Cash, Fox Sports. BG, last year things were different. How does it feel to be back in your element, doing what you do best? And Diana, one of the GOATs, but we know it's going to be some smoke tonight. Talk about, we know it's all about getting a W. We'll talk about that a little bit and, being in one of the possible last All-Star games that you might play in.
It feels good. Just feel like myself. Feel like I'm back in my body that I want to be in, the mind space that I want to be in as well, going over. So, I mean, I'm just happy taking it in and locked in on bringing home gold, honestly.
Look, this is the beginning of a journey for our team. It comes in a quite unique situation with the setup of the game, but I think we're looking at it as preparation for what's to come in Paris. I mean, personally, I know that the end is way closer than the beginning, so I just try to enjoy every single moment in the locker room, at practice, on the bus, and tonight's going to be no different. Thank you.
Next question, second row, right in the center. Dana.
Dana Scott, Arizona Republic. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on what Cheryl Reeves said a few minutes ago about how this is the greatest spectacle in the history of this league, this game today. And the second part is, do you believe that possibly there's going to be a game scheduled overseas, whether it was the original biggest market for women's basketball?
I mean, look, at this moment we're in right now in sports in the WNBA, is uncharted waters for a lot of us, and it's pretty amazing to be a part of it. Like Coach Reeves said, she's been in this game longer than anyone. She's coached the greats, been around the greats, and I think it's always nice to see the game improving, like it is right now. And I think if we could ever get this game overseas, that would be pretty cool too.
Next question, right here in front on the left.
My question is actually in Spanish, but I will translate, Diana. Buenas tardes. Primeramente, ¿cómo te sientes? Y segundo, ¿cómo te has preparado para este Juego de Estrellas y para las Olimpiadas en comparación a otras ocasiones? And in English, firstly, how do you feel? And second, how have you prepared for this All-Star game, particularly in the Olympics in comparison to others?
Y me siento bien. Está diferente la preparación cuando jugamos contra el equipo de la WNBA, pero estos años siempre son diferentes. Tienes que jugar la temporada con tu equipo de WNBA y después en un momento tener que cambiar todo, tu mente, físicamente, y tener que te ponerte la camiseta de Estados Unidos. Entonces estamos preparadas, estamos con un gol, es ganar la medalla de oro, como dijo BG anterior, y esa es la mentalidad.
And last question will come from the third row on your left.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all have seen a lot of success together in pick and roll, handoffs, all of that stuff. What would it mean for you all to bring home another goal with Team USA? And also, can you speak to how well your chemistry and two-player actions translates to the international play?
I mean, I'll never forget when I first got to Phoenix, and I think D pinged me in the side of the head a couple of times, and I learned to get my hands up. But no, all seriousness, it's developed over the years, and I mean, it just seems second nature. Like, I know what she's gonna do. I think she damn sure knows what I'm about to do, and it's just something that is really hard to guard because you got to pick your poison. Yeah.
I mean, our chemistry just grows every year. I mean, we've been on the court now together for over a decade, and obviously we're in that Phoenix jersey special. But when we get to play this for our U.S. team and go overseas, she just makes the game super easy. She draws so much attention. She's so talented. If you get her the ball in the right spots, it's pretty much automatic. And she's always been our safety net on every team we've ever played on?
Oh my gosh. First of all, nervous as heck. I woke up nervous, went to bed nervous, had a nap, woke up and was nervous. But that's what I love about this game. And the fact that I get to share it with a former player, Adrian Williams, and then my GOAT, and perhaps the GOAT for women's basketball, Annie Myers-Drysdale. For me, it doesn't get any better than this afternoon.
Coach, next question on the left, fourth row.
Hey, Coach, Doug Feinberg, DAP.
Hey, Doug.
How do you approach tonight's game in the sense of like, it's an all-star game, but obviously this game means a lot for Team USA to get ready for the Olympics, as you know. And I'm sure obviously you want to win, as you mentioned yesterday, but it's not just a typical all-star game. You've seen it in years past.
It really wasn't, as we were talking about yesterday. And then watching the men today against Sudan, it got real, like real. So with that being said, I know the mindset of the players that I have the opportunity and honor to coach, and they want to win. Fun is winning, and that's the general consensus. So we're going to put the best product out there. I certainly want to get everybody a great look, and I think that's only fair because they deserve that. And then after that, they basically dictate it. You know, if they want to go for the juggler, they'll go for the juggler. And that means for some of the players sacrificing their minutes.
Coach, third row center, Jeff.
Hi, Cheryl, Jeff Metcalf.
Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? You still alive?
Still alive. I'm wondering.
I'm just pointing. I'm glad you're alive.
Thank you.
Didn't back then, but I'm glad you're alive.
Wondering what you might remember about the 2000 All-Star Game and how much progress this event has made from then till now.
Just turn around and look around at the audience and the cameras and the different media outlets. You look at, I'm walking in behind these stunning, gorgeous Amazon women in heels. I would never, ever have dreamt going to a game and watching my players roll up in heels. So that is fascinating. And it's a fashion show, and they celebrate that, and that's part of them and their identity. And it's night and day. It's truly night and day, and how these women are handling themselves, conducting themselves. It's a business. It's a business, but they truly do love the game. And it's kind of neat to see their excitement once they put on those jerseys.
Coach, next question, second row to your left.
Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball podcast. What are your thoughts on, well, how is Team All-Star different from your previous coaching experience?
The teams that I've coached, period,
Yes.
compared to this team?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, these are the greatest players in the world. And when you have the greatest players in practice, and I'm coming in fresh and hot and new, and the game is so different than when I coach from the college level, and even from when I coached the Mercury. They are so invested in the game and so knowledgeable. Their basketball IQs are off the charts, and they're basically going to be coaching themselves. So that's the biggest difference. And again, like I said yesterday, it's the collaboration amongst all of them, each other, and just working it out and what they want to do for tonight's game.
Coach, next question, third row center.
Hey, Coach, Michael Carasino, Sports Arena. It's kind of piggybacking off that, a lot of the players, you're just saying coach themselves, a lot of players yesterday were saying that they were excited knowing that you were named coach because they wanted to just pick your brain and get your knowledge. How have those conversations been with your team?
They wanted to pick my brain. Very short conversations. When I say it's an honor, it's an honor because I get to be a part of something that's always been bigger than me, and I never recognized that. I do now, and it's humbling. But with that said, basketball is basketball. The crack up for me is the terminology. We're going to elevate her. zipper this. Oh, we're gonna loop-de-loop. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna down screen, up screen, pick and roll. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. So that's been the fun part. And just being able to add little nuances as the game is fast, but we don't have to play that way. And even though we have plays designed and we understand what we want to do, we still, and Annie Myers pointed this out, we need to be creative with the ball, and we have the talent to do so. So I'm really, excited to see what they do.
Coach, next question, front row, all the way to the right.
Hey Cheryl, I Abdeen for Arizona PBS Clark 8 News. How cool is it to coach Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as they make their All-Star debuts, and how will you continue to teach them like the lessons in the game?
I think the biggest lesson that I can share with them is to stand back and be of service in the best way I can. I speak when I'm spoken to. I try to give them the best answers that I can and let them be themselves. And again, coaching is so it's easy for me now because I understand what the players need and looking ahead. It's not just what they're doing on the court, it's off the court. I understand that for young players, it's important for them to establish, and I hope I'm answering your question, their brand. But basketball and brand, it's beyond that. And I don't want them to lose sight of what's really, truly important, and that's the love of the game. And how and why they started playing with this round thing and how that made them feel. I never want them to lose sight of that. And I hope I answered your question.
Thank you.
No worries.
Coach, on your left, standing toward the back here.
Hi, Coach Miller. I'm Christina from Christina Girl Hoops TV. And you kind of just touched on it a little bit, but I'm curious on your personal feelings and perspectives on just the changes surrounding women's basketball in the media from as a coach.
I think it's great. We've always wanted this attention. And so we have to put our best foot forward, always making ourselves available. And I know that's hard because everyone's being pulled in different directions. The players are, the coaches are, and everyone has opinion, and you throw in social media and, somebody grabs a little piece of the game and it becomes a narrative, and now you spend the whole week trying to downplay the narrative. And I know that can be frustrating, but that's what we wanted, and that's part of the package of our sport continuing to grow.
Honestly, I don't get nervous for any game, so no. I think more just excitement more than anything. I feel like there's kind of like just been a build up to like finally get to the game because you're like here all weekend and have so many events to go to and so many things to do. I think everybody's just kind of ready to play the game. I think it's going to be fun because it's going to be really competitive. I think that's what I'm looking forward to. Both teams competing, but also like we want to help them get better and get prepared for Paris.
Next question, second row, all the way to the left.
Hey, Caitlin, Kareem Copeland, Washington Post. Just want to ask, how's the entire weekend gone? Finally to the basketball part of it, the basketball game, but there's so much demands on your time and everything going on, events and all that stuff. So how's the entire weekend been?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, this is my first experience, so like I never really know what to expect whenever I'm like going somewhere or doing something. So lucky enough, I have two teammates that like have been really good throughout this process, and like getting to go through it for the first time, obviously with them, has been super special. But it's definitely been busy. Have had a lot of things to do, but it's been fun to like get to experience this with the other WNBA players too and get to know them. Obviously, it's my first year in the league, so just getting to talk to them and experience it with them and get to know them a little bit better is what's been fun for myself. And now I get to go out there and compete with them. So it's obviously a different dynamic than what you're used to going out on the court, but I think that's what's going to make it so fun.
Staying in the same row to your left here.
Report T from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. If you could pick any teammate to partner with in karaoke, which teammate would it be and what song would you perform?
Do you want to be partners?
Yes.
Okay, me and Aaliyah. What song do you want to perform?
High School Musical soundtrack.
Yeah, High School Musical. That's
that.
what we're going with. Or some JB.
I work with that.
Next question will come from the last row, I believe.
Hey, for the both of you, what are you most looking forward to when watching Team USA compete in the Olympics, and what do you expect to see from the team?
I mean, I'm excited to see great basketball. I think you know that the way they're going to play when they go out to Paris. I think it's going to be great. There's just so much talent on that team, so be able to watch them compete against the other countries and win is going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, I expect them to dominate. I obviously think that's what's going to happen. That's what they always do, but I think it's fun to watch because it's so unique, like the best players in the world coming together for one common goal. Like, you know, it's a tall task because you're not used to playing with one another and you have to come together and become a team in, you know, a couple weeks. So that dynamic is hard. But they're so talented. So I think that's what I'm excited to watch, is just to see how they come together and really, you know, dominate. And I don't think winning gold is going to be, you know, too much of a challenge for them. I think they're going to be just fine.
Next question to your right in the third row.
All right, Dion Cash, Fox Sports. Two-part question. Ms. Boston, you started slowly, but you've been on a tear. How does it feel to be back in the All-Star game? And then Caitlin, nobody's been more scrutinized in the WNBA than you have. How does it feel to be able to get to the All-Star game in your first season? We'll start with Aaliyah.
Yeah, I mean, the start for us wasn't super great for me, wasn't the best, but I think what I'm proud of myself the most is just continue to be resilient, continue to show up, give it all I got. And I think I've definitely found my groove. And I think as a team too, we've just continued to build that chemistry and it looks a lot better on the court. And so I'm just really excited and then is glad to be here as an all-star.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody's going to talk about how I play, good or bad. That's just how it is for me. I think it's basketball. There's going to be great nights. There's going to be not as great nights. That's just how it goes. That goes for the best in the world. And I understand that. So I try not to beat myself up too much, whether it's a bad game or a great game. You can't get too high off of that too. So I think just stay within myself, stay within our team, continue to learn, allow myself grace. But I feel like I've improved so much since the beginning of the year. Already, you know, feel so much more comfortable out on the court with my teammates. So just continuing to improve in that aspect over this break as we get practice together. But obviously getting to be here for my first time is, you know, a super cool honor. Thanks.
Last question will come from the third row to your left.
Hey, I got a quick question for Aaliyah. So a lot of South Carolina Gamecocks winning, participating in the All-Star weekend, Don Staley running around. Obviously, you playing an integral part in the evolution of the brand and the program really taking steps. Can you just kind of speak to what you've seen and how the ascension of Gamecocks basketball has kind of become a staple in women's basketball and the evolution of that?
Yeah, I mean, I committed to South Carolina. A big reason was because of Asia, and the talent that she has. And I think to be a part of that is exciting because Gamecock women's basketball is on the rise. I mean, what Coach Staley does at South Carolina, is undeniable. I mean, she just creates pros. And so to see us many pros throughout this weekend, just in the league, dominating each and every night. I mean, that's what you want to see. And recruits, take notes. Go Gamecocks.
Just hoping, to obviously get out there and just kind of celebrate the moment and be a part of the experience. But I think we're probably going to be smart about this.
Next question, third row to your left. Did you have them?
Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. If you had the opportunity to partner with any teammate for karaoke, which teammate would you partner with and what song would you guys perform?
Is this my Chicago teammates or here?
It could be either or.
Babe, I love you. You're my everything.
I guess that's the song me and D gonna perform that, I guess.
Thank you.
Next question, all the way to the right, third row.
Angel, you know, a lot of people didn't think you would even be a decent player in the league, and here you are sitting there as an all-star, setting records. How does that feel? And Dearica, incredible season for you. How does it feel to be sitting there as an all-star?
Obviously I knew who I was coming into this league. If I didn't think I was ready myself, I wouldn't have put my name into the draft. And I obviously just had a great team around me. I bet on myself and knew what I could do and come into this league. I don't knock this league at all. It's very competitive. I think I just came in with a mindset I want to just go hard every single day and make my mark that what I can do. So I think I have a lot more to grow, and I'm not satisfied where I am right now, but trying to still give myself some grace for where I am right now.
Next question, back of the room to your left, standing.
Hey guys, Justin Lestertoes at Burn City Sports. Dearica, this one's for you. Diana Taurasi multiple times this season has referred to you as sort of the prototype player in this league. So for you throughout your career, how has your approach sort of changed and how have you become more versatile with your attack?
I think each year I've just gotten better and better. Obviously, I came in with a high motor and I play hard and I hustle, kind of similar to Angel. And the skill set can be developed. And I've, like I said, I've continuously just added to my game. But this last year for me has just been a mental switch, and obviously getting traded and being able to kind of be a lead player, not be a role player anymore, opened a lot of doors for me.
Next question, center in the middle.
Hi, Angel. Hello. How are you guys doing? Good to see you, Dearica. My name is Christina from Christina Girl Hoops TV. My first question is, what has been the best part, very short, best part of All-Star Weekend so far? And my second question is just, what has been the chemistry like, just building with your team, getting to know everyone, exploring the city, and obviously practicing together?
Yeah, probably the best part for me is the resort. It's really nice. I went out to the pool and got a little bit of the tan. So all my friends in here are here. Sadly, my mom and my brother weren't able to come because of the flight. So I'm just being able to enjoy this moment, and just being able to have fun here. And all the women here are great. Obviously, we're competitors at the end of the day when we're on our respective teams. But as you can see, we're just here to compete, and I'm just super grateful to be around such amazing women.
For me, just my daughter being out here and the experience that she's getting, she's just running around like, oh my gosh, there's such and such and there's such and such. So it's pretty cool for me.